got to say goodbye to some things. It's just unfortunate. Toys R Us had to be the one. So that's kind of... I've been working with a couple of new producers, and we're actually going to get this one girl. She's from England, so she's going to be much more awesome at saying stuff. But we're going to start doing something like that, so I hope you liked it. Those are the news stories. It was a sad week in the world of news for me. It just sucks. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is the only thing that I had going for me. But I'm going to go ahead and take another break, guys. I will be right back after this. All right, guys, by now we've all heard of simplysafe.com. I wanted to say that I don't know if I've ever told anybody, but I use it to protect me, my family, and my home. It's incredibly easy to install. It's $14.99 a month. If you pay 6 months, you get a free month. So extremely affordable. That's like 50 cents a day to protect the ones and the things that you love the most. So make sure that you go to simplysafe.com today. And welcome back to the William Barron Show. A couple of things before I go. Wanted to mention that I'm really proud to say that I am working on my next album. For those of you that didn't know, I've been writing music pretty much for almost 20 years now, just by myself. It all kind of started, me and my band at the time, we moved out to New York in 2001, and we were gonna make it big. We were gonna make it huge. I was telling my kids the other day, my daughter was making fun of Hooters. We were watching Big Daddy, and as those of you who've seen the movie know, Adam Sandler's best friend's wife used to work at Hooters. So the whole movie, he's like making fun of Hooters. And my daughter, God bless her, is like, I don't like Hooters. You know, it's just sexist. It's girls in skimpy clothes, and they serve food, and that's just gross. And I was like, good for you. I'm doing something right. As a dad. My daughter thinks that Hooters is out of control. And so at least she'll never work there. So that's a plus. Anyway, so I was telling my kids about a Hooters that I went to back in 2001 when I was with my band. It was me and 3 other guys, and we were at a Hooters. We were watching the Philadelphia Eagles. We were in New Brunswick, New Jersey, so it was kind of split between the Giants and the Eagles fans. And so we were just there. I think it was a Monday or Sunday. It was Sunday night football, Monday night football, one of those. And we were watching the game, having dinner, looking at the cute girls, and a couple of the waitresses, got to talking to us, and we mentioned we were in the band, and they definitely took interest in that. So 2 of them actually got off work before the game was over, and they came up and they sat with us, and they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to the bar next door?" So there's only 2 of them. There's 3 of us, and of course, I'm left out. Both girls. The one girl likes the other guy. The one girl likes the other guy. So I'm just sitting there, fifth wheeling it, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. But I'm always down for a couple of drinks and hanging out with some new people, helping my bros out. Doing what I need to do. However, the one of my guys, he was going through a breakup, and my other guy, he was in a relationship. So I thought, well, once he tells her that, she's gonna, maybe I'll get to know her. I don't know. I was more concerned with having a good time. Anyway, so we went to the bar next door, and what do you know? They have open stage. So perfect opportunity for us to get up on stage, play in front of people. And right before we get called up on stage, my guitarist gets called outside. It's his girlfriend and their ex-girlfriend, and they're fighting. And they call us up on stage, and he's nowhere to be found. So it's just me and the other guy. And we do our set, and I didn't play. I just sang. And of course, when I get back to the table, neither one of the girls knew I could sing. Oh my God! And then all of a sudden, they both really were into me. And I mean, then we left, and we were supposed to go back up to Hooters, I think, a couple days later, because that's when they were both going to be working next and whatever. I think one of my guys had a job interview the next morning, so we couldn't go back to our Motel 6, and both of them, I think, still lived with their parents, if I remember correctly, so there was nowhere for us to go. But a couple days later, 9/11 happened, and then we came back home to be with our families, all of us individually. And when we got back home, the band just kind of fell apart. It was like it kind of became secondary to the greater things in life. So I was kind of left there without a band. So I just started writing my own music. Started doing drums, and that's when digital workstations came out, and I was working with those a lot. And I was hustling on eBay, like, hey, if you give me this recorder or this microphone or this guitar, I'll make your eBay page or your website page. I'll design it, and it'll be trades for services, or goods for services, I should say. So started writing, had a bunch of albums, and then I put one up on iTunes, which you could still find if you search Black Balloon Studio. That was the name of my studio at the time. I just thought it was appropriate. But yeah, you can check that out. You can also buy it. I would appreciate that. But I'm actually working on a new one, on a new album, the first album I've done since that one, and I believe I released that one I want to say 2012. I want to say 2012, but it's still good music. Still good music, and got a new one I'm working on. So we'll do that real quick before we go. I did want to say to Floyd Mayweather, not that he's listening, but anybody who thinks Floyd Mayweather should get into an octagon with Conor McGregor is outside of their mind. That was on the new news, but somehow I managed to skip over it. But that's just insanity. Knock it off. I understand that the guy likes being in the headlines, but that is just out of whack, way out of whack. And anybody who thinks that that's a good idea is just insane. Anyway, before we go, date700.com. Please check them out. A lot of really good tips to keep a relationship going strong. And don't forget to mention that we sent you there. And then on our way out, we are actually going to listen to a song. It's a little bit long, so we wanted to put it at the end. But the track is called Haunted. The artist is Razors Through Flesh, and you can hear it here first on the William Barron Show. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Sooner or later, somebody, the FBI or somebody, is going to get wind of this madness.
Oh, not really, Burkhardt. You're quite naive. Now, why don't you be reasonable and let the maintenance crew adjust you?
If I refuse, I suppose you'll kill me.
By premature atomic blast at the control chemical plant. The blast occurred at 7 a.m. on June 15th. That's the last thing imprinted on your mind. That's why you wake up squealing each morning.
trying to do to us?
Merely trying to prevent you from damaging my experiments.
Drop it low.
What's going on?
Terrified. Yeah. Stop.
Those things you saw exist only in your mind. Shut up before I blast all of you, sir. And now I think I know what inspired the lost race to do what they did. It was fear. Fear of what was in their own minds. They could all see it with machines like this. They foresaw the future. Machine got him the same way it got the lost race. But what was the lost race afraid of now? Changing. Changing? Look at those skeletons down there. Look. The baby is different from the others. The race was changing by mutation. That would mean they were changing into... Yes. The lost race committed suicide rather than face fear, seeing their descendants become such horrible creatures as